Welcome to the 2023 Economic Depression and Preparation Channel. I'm your host, Tony. Thank you for joining me on this Sunday edition. Briefly, hope everyone is having a lovely weekend, whether relaxing or working or with the kids or with the family. I hope it's a time of great enjoyment for you. Time springs ahead. As you know, we sprung ahead in the North American area, in the Western Hemisphere. Clock sprung ahead an hour. And please subscribe to this channel. Preach to me for the latest interpretation of financial news. We're not financial advisors, but we do interpret financial news to the best of our ability. And today we're just going to talk about, of course, the SVB bank collapse, Silicon Valley bank collapse, as well as the FDIC's takeover of the bank and where the jobs are, according to MSNBC or CNBC, for the report of February 2023. And I want to get into it by saying that this is why we always stress preparation, not just physical preparation or spiritual preparation or mental preparation, but preparation, actually exercising, practicing the things, putting into practice the financial habits of saving, investing, planning for the future, trust planning. All of that stuff is important. That whether you have $10, $100, $1,000, etc., $1 million, it doesn't matter. All of this is incumbent on all of us, ladies and gentlemen, to be prudent, because the financial system is starting to show cracks. And so on this day, we can see here the jobs report came out stronger than expected, allegedly for February 2023. And as a result, that means that the Federal Reserve Bank next week is going to be raising rates again, 50 basis points or more, to try to slow down this quote-unquote hot economy. Leisure and hospitality has continued to be one of the strongest sectors here, according to the reporter. This bar graph shows you in February, as you can see, 105,000 jobs are added in leisure and hospitality, 62,000 in healthcare and social assistance, 50,000 in retail trade, 46,000 in government, 45,000 in professional services, and 24,000 in construction. Transportation lost jobs, information technology, as you know, lost jobs, manufacturing lost jobs, and financial activities lost jobs. I find that interesting. We're still below 2.4% below its pre-pandemic employment label, according to the Labor Department. So at the same time, they say we gained a total of 311,000 jobs. I have a hard time believing that. You guys can fill me in the comments. How are we gaining jobs, but the unemployment rate is rising among all sectors of the economy? Unemployment rate is still above 6.8%, but we'll say we're gaining jobs at 300,000 jobs. So now we have this Silicon Valley bank collapse, which is the second biggest bank collapse in 48 hours. It happened in just 48 hours. This is a bank that funds a lot of startups, VC capital and angel investors. They fund a lot of that activity. And they say that Ryan Falvey, he's a fintech investor with Vestive Ventures, told CNBC that, quote, this was a hysteria-induced bank run caused by VCs or venture capitalists. So all told, customers withdrew a staggering $42 billion of deposits by the end of Thursday, according to a California regulatory filing. Those who remained with SVB will face a uncertain timeline for retrieving their money. Now, as you know, the FDIC insures these deposits up to $250,000. But anything over that is anyone's guess of whether or not they're going to get their money or not. All these people are going to get their money. So, but this goes to show you, how many other banks do you think are going to be failed? Remember, they had all these stress tests, these bank stress tests back in 2008, 2009, and back in just before the pandemic in 2019 and 2018, they ran a lot of these bank stress tests, and everyone came on saying that all of these banks are shored up. They're strong and everything is good. And now we're seeing banks are failing left and right. There was 2 banks that failed. This reminds me of the Washington Mutual Bank failed. Washington Mutual was a bank that failed back in 2004, 2003 time frame. Washington Mutual failed, and all the assets were seized to pay depositors. SVD stock, as you can see, is $82.23. Higher rates spurred it, and this is interesting right here. The interest rates, as I told you, is going to be going up higher. We're going to hit double-digit interest rates. The Fed funds rate, I believe, is going to hit double digits, 10% by next year, or by the end of this year, because of the collapse of this economy. All the money printing now is coming back to haunt them. They got zero rates. The banks loaned on zero, and now all of that is coming back to haunt them. So the FDIC, this is on TMZ. FDIC takeover sparks bank runs. Bank of America and Wells Fargo fears. So now, this could spark a domino effect where other banks like Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, Citibank, you name it. Other people are getting concerned now, as you can see the line out here at SVB, that people are concerned that their money may not be safe at all. I tell people, look, hey, keep a little bit under your mattress or on a fireproof safe at home. It may be safer. I remember hearing Steve Harvey saying that on the radio one time. He said, look, it may be safer to keep some of your money at the house, locked up. Just like you got a different vault for your power tools, maybe you need a vault to keep up a separate fireproof vault to keep some of your dough and your money, because this paper is becoming kind of strange out here, ladies and gentlemen. So people are flocking. Like I said, once again, they said that the key figure was $250K. So anything over that or under that, they may not be insured, and they're going to pay, of course, the highest depositors and most trusted creditors depositors first, and then everybody else gets the leftovers. So you can see everybody here waiting outside for their money. Once again, this is the article stated, like I just told you, $250,000 for any given depositor in federally protected banks. Anything more than that isn't promised back, though. And the report indicates that most of the SVB's clientele, steeped in the tech startup world, have boats of assets deposit. Right now, they're saying that Wells Fargo accounts are freezing for people who are trying to withdraw their funds. Bank of America is also getting swept up in this. Twitter users are suggesting that everyone get their cash out ASAP. It's so crazy because banks like Wells Fargo, they've been in trouble before for raising rates on people and getting people that had that false car insurance thing, or they were racketing people to get full coverage car insurance tacked onto their car loans. They had that scandal. They had a bunch of scandals, and now they're saying they're having technical issues getting people back their missing deposits. So that's why if you can, credit unions are better, guys. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, credit unions, some other alternative form of banking online, they're actually pretty good. Some of these online banks, at least they don't have to deal with the stress of keeping up a physical location, and your money may be safer there. I'm not an expert, but it may be safer there, or at home, or at some different locations to diversify, because any glitch or any hack or glitch that they claim, we can't prove that. We're not in the IT systems. I'm not in their IT systems. I don't know, but anything can happen like this, and there goes, a freeze or a couple $100 gone or missing from your account until they resolve it. So just something to think about, ladies and gentlemen. But through it all, we're going to be okay. But it's just that we know that this is part of the collapse. This is part of the reason why they're going to say you're not going to be able to buy or sell anything because, of this situation. Money is going to become obsolete, and we're going to go into CBDC, or some kind of digital form of currency that's going to be worldwide, not just in America, but it's going to start here and in Canada and all the other countries, the G7 countries. So get prepared, stay prepared. God bless. I'll talk to you very soon later on this week as we get more information about other things happening in this economy. Thank you.